Welcome all to the round 7 of the GT3 World Championship on ACC. It's me, Jacques Eva, in the commentary box. Joining me once again is Marco Button. How's it going tonight, Marco?
Good job. Getting fatigued from all this travel. We've been all around the world, all the way from Australia to the US here in Watkins Glen tonight. Looking forward to some nice, clean, sunny weather racing here. See some guys already putting in some mega laps here in the qualifying.
Yeah, definitely. I enjoyed my Texas or my American burgers and fries and stuff, whatever they call it, hamburger and chips, as we can call it. But yeah, what a travel it's been over the world so far. Coming all the way from the mountains down here to Watkins Glen. That's another iconic track. That's also going to give us some great racing here tonight.
Yeah, no, I think the season is progressing and maturing quite nicely. We only have 2 races left out of the 8. The championship tables are shaping up quite nicely for some tight battles into these last 2 races. At the moment, we still have like 5-6 drivers in each pool eligible for their top spot. So it's very exciting, and I think these last 2 races, if it measures up to the previous ones, it's going to bring the action and all the excitement that the sim racing world deserves.
Yeah, it's always good to have a 3-way battle at the end of the season, with Martin and Sean and Ulrich, all of them having a good fight here to the end. And currently we have both Ulrich Quinn in a provisional pole position here, with Ulrich de Jager just behind him, Sean Rudolph and Martin van Wyk in 4th. So these guys are definitely going to try to battle it out, but with Rudolph and Steenkamp running some home races for their Ford Mustangs here tonight, all the way in Watkins Glen. Definitely going to show that Ford spirit for the American flag.
Yeah, I think the Ford is mega on this track. Or that big V8 in front, the rear wheel drive, has proven to do well here at Watkins Glen. We'll see if Ulrich in his BMW, Martin in his Nissan, and Michael Berg in his Bentley will have anything to say against that on the final result.
Yeah, but we're going to have another big battle here between the Ulrichs tonight, because we've got Ulrich de Jager in 2nd and Ulrich Quinne currently provisional pole. And Ulrich Quinne also running a Mustang here. So yeah, we've got more cars on the field that's going to be waving that American flag.
Yeah, I think Ulrich missed out last week, so he'd like to make up some good points here. Ulrich de Jager also didn't have the best result last week after couple of incidents in the mountain, and Martin and Rudolph will be looking to pounce to chase that gap that's currently significant between Ulrich de Jager and them for the top spot.
I think there was some big team talks happening with Ulrich de Jager and Griffin Sim Racing there, because the last week's incident in the mountains were 3 of the Griffin Racing cars all in one accident. So spoke to him earlier in the week, and he also told me, can we believe it? I was like, no, but there's definitely going to be some team discussions between the team there.
Yeah, no, I don't want to be at that year-end function. It's going to be quite the court case.
We've got Hasenbroek. They jumped into P3 now, having a bit of a drift here, hitting the wall there a little bit, but after he put his car in P3 so far. So he jumped the gun there on Sean Rudolph. Jonathan Chislett up to P5, Donnie Steenkamp into P6, dropping Van Wyk all the way down into P7. Van Wyk in the pit, so he's not going to be doing any more laps, so unfortunate for him there, but let's see, hopefully he can work himself up through the field like he does every week.
Yeah, I see Hasenbroek also missed out on last week's race, so he's lying position P8 on the championship table. So he'll be looking to close back some points to get into contention to the top 3. He's having a very good stint here, qualifying 3rd overall between the gold class drivers. So let's see if he can maintain that gap in the race to Vicky Herbst and Roland Stein.
Yeah, no, it's going to be an interesting one. We also have Mr. Niels Trubel back this week, after didn't missed his flight all the way down to the mountain in Australia. So him and Ulrich Quinn unfortunately didn't make the flight, but they made it all the way to America. So let's hope they can get themselves back up to the grid, maybe score a podium and some decent points for them.
Well, we've got Ulrich Kone here on the comments on the stream while he's sitting comfortably on pole position, waiting for the race to start. So nice to have you here, Ulrich, and good luck with tonight's race. We hope you make up the deficit you lost out on last week.
He definitely came in with a swing tonight, Marco. He's already in the pole position, so definitely had some time to come down to Watkins, have a few laps, and make sure that he gets a good result.
We also have Mr. Valiatham on the chat. Is Mr. Valiatham not racing tonight?
Fortunate he's not on track tonight. We're going to be missing that AMG Mercedes.
It's been quite the star of some action on track the past couple of weeks, so nice to have you on the stream, Mr. Valiatham. And then we also have Mad Max, and we've got Mr. R Racing. Good luck and enjoy his comment. And then Rowan Heineke is Let's Go Griffins. So we'll definitely be supporting the Griffin boys. That will be Ulrich de Jager as the front runner in that BMW.
So that's the end of qualifying. I have a few more guys out on track that's doing the lap, but it's all done and dusted now. So let's run through the order quickly. We first at pole position is Mr. Ulrich Kone. Second we've got Ulrich de Jager. Third Asenbroek. Fourth Rudolf. Fifth Steenkamp. Sixth Chislet. Van Wyk in seventh. Eighth Berg, the younger brother, Michael Berg.
Thank you.
Ninth we've got Kevin Packery. 10th we've got Herbst. 11th we've got Stein. 12th we've got Sean Berg. 13th we've got Strubel. 14th we've got Preem. 15th we've got Stolz. 16th we've got Bosch. 17th Swan. 18th Thomas. 19th Heinz. 20th we've got Potgieter. 21st we've got Scott. 22nd we've got Lear. 23rd Pluta. 24th West. 25th Hubert, and last on the grid Mr. Wayne Ferreira himself, Mr. Speed Legend, if we can say that, Marco.
Yeah, I also see Mr. Renzo Scott on the live timing table. Maybe just as he puts in maybe a late join on the lobby. So we've got 27 drivers on grid tonight, so definitely looking exciting. Watkins Glen being a fast-paced track with some hard-braking zones, long-lasting corners. That one infamous uphill corner, we'll see what it brings to the race, and also the bus stop, which is a very fast fourth gear coast through corner. We'll see if the guys have space in the field by the time they reach the bus stop on the first lap.
Yeah, and I mean the bus stop is a very good corner for let's say 3 or 4 cars wide, Marco.
Excellent job for the spectators, yes.
For the
Maybe
spectators,
not for the guys racing.
No, very, very difficult corner, Marco. I mean, your line is so tight going through there. Just to be 2 cars side by side is almost impossible, but I've seen it done in the past, so let's see who can pull it off tonight.
Yeah, it's a right left into a left right at a very fast pace. So there's no room. You inside, outside, inside, outside all the time. So there's no way 2 cars are going to go side by side through the bus stop. But let's see if they try, Jock. That would be good to see.
Yeah, it is
Maybe
possible.
me and you just don't have the cojones to do that.
No. Just before the race, I had a little bit of a go on the ACC. These guys have some good talents to face the type of skill that you need to face this sim. So yeah, I take my hats off to them. Me coming from a different sim, trying to do what they do here is a little bit impossible. So, but yeah, very good corner to get the intimidation on a driver next to you. If you have the inside line coming down to the bus stop, it's going to be who's got the biggest gazongas there. And yeah, it's a good place to actually force a driver to brake early, also to take a tighter line that gives you the overtake. So we'll see how many guys actually take the advantage of using that tonight.
Yeah, also to force a mistake. If you put tight on the guy's rear, you'll definitely force him to look in the mirrors when he's supposed to be looking in front.
Exactly. The more you can make a guy look behind, the better your chances of getting the overtake done.
Yeah, so I'm quite excited about Dani also qualifying 5th here in his Ford. The Ford's definitely performing much better here.
Yeah, we've got 3 in the top 5.
Dani and Jonathan Chislet is back in the same positions on track. There's going to be some good on-track battles there. Like to see Martin on the back of that battle between Chislet and Steenkamp. And then obviously we see our silver class driver Michael Asenbroek on the back of Ulrich de Jager and Ulrich Quinn.
What an awesome lap there from Asenbroek, being a silver driver and putting the car in the top 3 position. Definitely showing some good pace there, but let's see if him and Ulrich de Jager can work together, because they're both Griffin Racing drivers. Maybe there's some teamwork coming. Gonna tell each other to keep that Mustang behind a little bit, just let the BMW pull its legs a little, and then we'll see how the fight goes on from there.
Yeah, that Ferrari of Michael Asenbroek with his Griffin livery also looking very nice and tidy, like the lines and color combinations on there. The Griffin team definitely doing buff par liveries on the vehicles. Really a big fan of the liveries. But John, my golden rim Wayne Ferreira in his Lexus will be trying to work his way through the field.
Mr. Ferreira. Yeah, definitely a guy with a lot of skills. Hopefully we see him somewhere in the higher classes of Pro or Pro-Am next season. I think he definitely has the potential to go and fight up with the higher class guys there.
Yeah, he's definitely been holding the fastest lap over the past 3 races. Last week finishing second place, starting from the back of the field. So definitely a car to keep our eye on as this race progresses here at Watkins Glen tonight.
Yeah, currently in pit lane, so he's definitely going to take a start from the back, or maybe a pit lane start, not sure.
Yeah, that's a pit lane start for him. And then Michael Berg and Martin van Wyk also right next to each other on the grid. Yeah, have been battling out this whole season.
They're starting to bunch up now. Yeah, getting closer to the start finish now. Definitely going to be a hard pit entry tonight here as well, because it's a very tight line, and the pit entry is exactly where the cars need to take the corner. So it's going to be interesting to see how the guys actually get around here without causing any incidents and trying to avoid staying out of each other's way. But as we come around, now you can go ahead.
We can place a camera stationary there on the final corner, because I think we'll pick up quite a bit of incidents. But go ahead, as we head to the starting line.
Yes, yeah, we go to the starting line. Ulrich are getting ready to floor it, and they are building and building, but Ulrich de Jager wants to jump, and they both get a good start, yeah. Ulrich is going to try to fight it around the outside. Ulrich Quinn is going to try to stay in the inside.
Martin having a mega start, tapping...
contact there between Van Wyk. No further contact between Van Wyk there. Hitting Bosch to the side. Caden Scott there as well. Martin just lost the rear and came going into the corners there.
He had very good traction off the starting line, and he was pulling 3-4 positions until he braked a bit late into the rear of Asenbroek there.
Unfortunate.
Asenbroek pulling back to 8th place now due to that contact. Martin all the way down to P15.
Yeah, no.
We started in 7th.
After that initial contact there with Asenbroek, Van Wyk had more contact at the back, unfortunate. The track being so busy and all the cars bunching up, it's a very hard place to actually get the car around for turn 1 there.
Sean Berg was also a victim of that contact there. He's lost 13 positions. Biggest loser on track at the moment, so he'll be pushing to do a recovery drive to get back to top 5 or 6 places in the silver class. John being Michael's big brother, right?
Yes, exactly.
Thank you for making that correction. Last week I thought Michael was the older brother by virtue of his results over this past couple of races. So definitely the younger brother leading the older brother in race performance.
We've got a lot of battles out on track at the moment. Cars are going to be fighting it out here. We've got Jonathan just let up 2 positions to the incident between Van Wyk there. We've got Steenkamp going on the inside here of Chislet, keeping it tight. What a clean overtake from Steenkamp here. Going up the hill now, side by side still. Track is going to start narrowing out here in front, but they're still side by side. think I'm just getting the pull there with the Mustang a little bit, coming down to the straight, so I don't think that the Aston is going to have any answers for him. Just at the back of that, we've got Michael Berg and Packery on the inside of Michael Berg, exactly on the move like I told you. Oof, we've got Michael Berg losing it a bit, keeping it out the wall, luckily.
We already have 5 cars in the pits to repair damages, 6 cars now. Van Dijk, Hasenbroek, Hubert, Stein, Heinz and Bosch.
It was a battle of the first lap there. Michael Berg also almost lost it there, just kept it out of the wall. But like I said, the intimidating move on the bus stop there, definitely a hard one. If you the car on the outside, you've got a bit of a problem coming in there, so you've just lost your ears there.
Another car we're missing on track tonight is Koopster Kobus van der Wal in the 777 Ford Mustang.
Unfortunate, very good driver himself. Also would have liked to be in the battle here because he's also had a chance to get some decent points here for himself, especially with a strong Mustang. I mean, at the current moment we've got 3 Mustangs in the top 4, so it would have been great to have 4 of them in the top 4.
For sure. We've got a comment here from Mad Max Gooi Roy van Wyk and Strubbel. So who's Mad Max? Mad Max, do you know van Wyk and Strubbel from Team SPR?
Lekker, Mad Max. We were supposed to do this commentary in Afrikaans, if I remember correctly, Market.
Yeah, you would have preferred that, Bosveld.
Oh, no, it's next week, Kyalami. So there will be some Afrikaanse comments next week. Hopefully we sound more professional than with our rookie English here.
Yeah, no, we only got the starter pack. We didn't go for the premium package, but we're doing our best, and this is a real exciting race developing here with the guys finding their positions and their comfortable spots on the grid now.
Now we're just focusing still here on the battle for P1 and 2 here. The two Urichs were very close on track, but Sean gaining slowly on them. They just pulled away a little bit.
Ulrich Koene's first podium for the season, so he's doing well to maintain that. He'll not easily give that up to Ulrich de Jager.
Yeah, but we know Ulrich de Jager comes out swinging. He doesn't back off at all. He's shown us many times before he does have the real decent pace and he can fight it out. So let's see how good Ulrich Koene can keep him behind tonight. It's going to be hard, Marco. We've got an hour and 14 minutes here. I don't think he's going to be able to keep him behind for that long, but yeah, we never know what happens. Already trying to shape for a move here on the outside. But is he going to... The line just closes. It's very difficult to run around the outside on the turn 1. And that only pushed him a little bit wide, and that put Sean on the back of him now.
Now that's the thing that happens when you, in a battle, you give that opportunity to the next guy behind to catch up, as in the battling process you do lose some lap time. I see they're already catching up to Danny Bosch, running in the back after repairing some damages on his car. So they'll be in traffic very soon in this race.
Just unfortunate there for Sean Rudolph, losing time as soon as they went through the bus stop there. So that makes it quite hard to stay close, especially to follow through with the dirty air coming through those right, left, right. It's not the easiest corner to do.
Yeah, but the slipstream obviously pulling you into that corner, and it's a very short braking zone. So with that additional slipstream, always cautious to make a braking zone at least. Very easy to miss the braking zone completely, and then you're into the walls.
And now we've got Mr. Neil Turbo Struble also all the way up into P8. Can you believe it? What a great start there from him.
Made up 5 positions. And Wayne Ferreira's already up 12 positions. Even Lorenzo Scott, from starting in the back, they're up 12 positions, up to P14 and P15. top 3 still running very close to each other into the 5th lap shortly.
But if I remember correctly, Marco, yourself, you were at Watkins a while back racing. How was it? Where do you race on the PlayStation side, ACC? What car do you drive there? Can you tell us and give us a bit of info there as a racing driver as well?
On the console leagues, we do racing on Monday night with Logistical Nightmare Racing, and we had Watkins Glen last week Monday. Very enjoyable track, Watkins Glen. It's got a very lovely flow to it. It's got some technical blind corners, blind braking zones to go into. And I drive the Porsche in that league, Porsche 911, GT3, the 996 Porsche, latest version in ACC. That car's got an immaculate sound, very aggressive acceleration out of corners. So that's my go-to for the club championship in the console league, and for the MSA I'm in the McLaren, which is more vanilla driving experience compared to that aggressive Porsche.
Definitely the Porsche can be an aggressive car, but a fun car to drive as well. Like you said, the sound in that car is just amazing. Just caught a nice overtake here from Caden Scott. We've got Don into the wall there in the background. Caden Scott did a good overtake there, past Don, and a few corners later Don just lost it there. Unfortunate for him. A lot of incidents so far coming around, only a few laps around here on Watkins Glen, but as you raced here as well, you know, got another car into the barriers here. Yes, so they're flying tonight, Marco.
That hairpin corner on the uphill, very easy to lose traction there, and as soon as your rear steps out, your front grille is heading towards the wall. And once you're in the wall and you turn around the wrong way, very difficult to get yourself back in oncoming traffic.
Yeah, no, definitely. And just to get around these corners without any understeer, trying to get the nose in quick enough, because if you don't get it quick enough, you go into the wall. And as soon as you touch the grass or bump the curbs, but the curbs are also quite aggressive around this track. So everything is against you at the end of the day around the Watkins Glen.
I see Mad Max say he's also part of Struble and Van Wyk. So Mad Max, what's your name? You're also from Team SBR. You say you had a horrible time in Watkins Glen last week.
Kindly sponsored by SBR.
Tell us what's your real name? I don't know Mad Max and SBR.
I think he wants us to guess, Marco.
Most probably. Bad time last week with Jan Buitendag.
Maybe. But yeah, as I hope everybody knows, kindly sponsored by SPR. Also a very good racing team racing across. You see some of our cars out in the ACC PC tonight.
Oh,
We've
it's
got
Jerome Vossler.
Lekker
nice
Jerome.
Nice
Lekker
to see you.
Jerome.
All the way from Durban. Thanks, Jerome. Thank you for joining us here on the stream. I hope you get inspired to look at moving on to the PC leagues ultimately. But I think we still have a season or two of good racing on the console leagues to develop to get to the level of these guys. Even though it's silver and gold Pro-Am class, these guys are putting in mega pace. They're not your average sim racer. Oh, there's massive contact here with Schoenberg. Oh, yeah, there was a very untidy last corner from those 4 cars.
Unfortunately, we've got Michael Berg, as you spoke to it. Michael Berg also hit the barrier on the side there. Late dive here from the inside of Thomas. We've got some very, very aggressive racing around here tonight, Marco.
Yeah, not big runoff areas. The walls on this track is very close to the racing lines. So as soon as you lose a little bit of your line, the opportunities to hit the wall is actually quite probable. So definitely need to calm down and focus on your pace. This Bentley of Michael's has come undone in a couple corners now. Maybe just not comfortable with his setup or dirty tires. Some challenge at the moment that he's experiencing, but we'll hope he clears that up and gets back to proper race pace so he can catch up to where he's supposed to be.
We've got Don off track again there, Marco. Unfortunately, sorry, you can go back.
Yeah, that Aston Martin and Don also not handing him very friendly tonight.
No. We've got cars going off left and right. We've got a lot of cars with front end damage, side end damage. Unfortunate.
Don's car is severely damaged. He's not managing to keep it on track, and he still has a long way to go to the pit lane.
Mr. Bakary also
corners.
into pit lane due to some front end damage there. But while all that is happening, this battle in front for the mighty Ulrich is still going out. Ulrich Koene keeping his cool very good tonight, staying ahead of Ulrich de Jager still, but Ulrich de Jager is not leaving a hair width of space between the two bumpers there.
He's parking that girl, that BMW, in the shade of the rear wing on that Mustang.
He wants to take off the Ford badge and replace it with a BMW one by the looks of it.
Okay,
So these
Mr.
guys
Jerome
are...
says he's looking at the PC. He might join us next year. You won't look back at any point, Jerome. The lag on these lobbies, because it's local lobbies, is no issue. So much tighter racing possible. Very clean reaction times between cars on track. So contact is not that unpredictable as it is sometimes with bad latencies on international service.
No, definitely, and I'm sure if you join by the 25th of December, Marco is handing out free PCs if I remember correctly.
No, it was free mouse pads, John. It's
Okay.
pure mouse pad.
So-
But it is a
Just wanted to
mouse
make
pad for
sure.
a PC though.
Okay, it is for the PC. I thought it was PC somewhere in that line.
Yeah. We had our year-end function with LNR last week on Saturday. And it was very nice to meet the guys physically that we race with every week on track. Some proper individuals and nice guys in the LNR community as well. I think at some point the sport's only growing, so I think annual or maybe biannual events where all the races get together, have a braai, have a beer, and chat about all the different approaches to sim racing. We've got guys on rudimentary equipment, guys on top end equipment, everyone competing and enjoying the sport to its maximum.
Yeah, we've got Mr. Don in pit lane now, representing LNR out on track, having a bit of a disaster tonight with that Aston not wanting to stay on track. But LNR, very great team, also race a few endurance races with their LNR iRacing side. So that was quite fun.
Don so far the lone ranger from LNR in the PC world. I'm sure in the future we'll see the LNR boys coming over as they develop. Console will always exist as a very good feeder series.
Sure.
I see Mr. Klute's Ferrari is not looking good in the front. His wheels are facing sideways and he's driving that back to the pit. He didn't call the breakdown to come fetch him.
Don't think it came out of the factory like that, Marco.
No, it was slightly different.
On the LNR side, they have a lot of PC guys. A lot of them have actually moved over to LMU side. So they're still a very good big team in the pacer racing community on PC as well.
It's good to see the communities joining each other and supporting each other's events. This is a sport where I think there's a lot of communal visions and goals. So it is good for the sport that the communities support each other's events, race together, so we can ultimately get to the top races on the top stage.
Yeah, definitely build something bigger. If all the communities can stand together, then we can definitely make something a lot bigger that can actually bring all these races together. And yeah, that's good to see. See Mr. Don back out on track already, having a bit of a slide there with the LNR Aston running a bit of a wide line there. I think that's why he's struggling there. He already lost a few positions coming through that corner. Every time he runs wide, he just runs over those marbles, Marco, and he just loses the rear grip on that Aston. I think that's where he's struggling tonight.
Now, it is a difficult track to get technically correct in every corner because it's such vastly different corners on this track with different optimal lines. or it's not a one-size-fits-all corner approach on this track, Jacques.
No, unfortunately not. Your lines get all tighter with all the marbles all over, and we just have Mr. Struble get past. Was that the lap car, or did he overtake there?
He just overtook Vic Apps, silver class leader on this race.
My live timing didn't update there. Still
no,
not.
he's doing well. Struble is up 7 positions from where he started this race.
Mr. Struble having a Dolfate Wimluck, having a very good race. So yeah, very good way from him. Starting to gain on the back of Chestlet as well now. 0.8, gaining quite quickly on Chestlet. Neil definitely put in a lot of time for this one and had to do the best result he could. I think he's the leader in the silver class at the moment.
No, Neil is in the gold class.
Is he a gold? Oh, apologies.
Yes. Our leaders in the silver class, I think, is Vic Apps, which is currently running first position for the silver class on track. He's leading Leon Swan by a few points.
A lot of lap cars in the way for the leaders now.
Wayne Ferreira's already up to P9 from P26, so he's doing his magic through the field with those golden rims on his Lexus.
Do you have some golden mags on in the real world on your car as well, Marco?
I didn't even put the golden mags on when they already stole my car, so as soon as I get it back I'll get the golden mags on, so they leave it alone. And they see it in the parking lot and now this is a gangster's car.
I think they would have just, maybe they would have left it. If they thought it was the gangster's car there.
Just too late with those golden mags.
Yeah, too late. Unfortunate there for you, Marco. Coming down here, we've got Mr. Stolz also on the back of Mr. Swan here. Sarko Racing livery, trying to catch Mr. Swan here.
Very nice colour scheme on that Sarko Ferrari, Mr. Robert.
I wonder if Sarko is still racing. Haven't seen a live stream for them in a long while. So if there's anybody in the chat that can give us an idea if the Sarko racing is still going on.
Okay, Jerome at least says he'll give it to you guys, racing commentary, quality stream. So thank you, Jerome. We're trying our best, but it is all due possible, brought to you by all our sponsors, Virtual Motor, Simulator Cave, Rhino Utility, EG Evolved, and Team SBR.
And just to all those great drivers giving us all the action on track. I mean, we're giving a shout out to all of them here. If it wasn't them for the last 6 races that we've commentated, I don't think we would have got any skills that we had by so far, because the only commentating we did might have been nothing.
Yeah, no, I think the quality of racing on this league has been exceptional. Very impressed with the Pro-Am class here on RaceFace. It's been a privilege to get involved in this season with the commentary, and it's something that I see us doing next year as well, Joe.
Definitely they will see us back in action once I think we're hooked, and now we can be ready for the next one. I think we can have a few more exciting things over the off season. We'll try to finalize and figure out the instant replays and a bit more overlays. But yeah, these are all new to us, and I think it was a big challenge for us, and just trying to get the basics done was already hard, so we'll get the advanced stuff still coming.
Definitely. Also looking forward to everything that the new season will bring next year. We know some good progress and developments between the FI and MSA for the national side of things, and all our communities like RaceFace, LNR, Safrol, etc. is doing immense jobs to bring good quality leagues to the local scene. So I think if we've got a strong local scene as it is developing over the past couple of seasons, we'll definitely have national champions ultimately that can go compete internationally.
get all these fast South African names in the international scene will be a great thing. I think it's going to be awesome.
South Africa has always been a leader on sport, so this is a new world that's opened up since the Olympic Committee has recognized simulator racing as a division of motorsport, and I think we'll have a lot of South Africans that will ultimately perform on the world stage for sim racing.
I think most of them definitely have the talent to get there. I mean, we've got some of our drivers, especially in the Pro and Pro-Am classes, and even these gold guys that can all build their way up there. A lot of guys.
We never know. We might have a future world champion on track here tonight, Job.
That would be awesome. Maybe one in the SPR colours. Let's hope for that one, for our team's sake.
Definitely. Martin will just have to keep his nose in corner one. Then it will look much better going forward. Ulrich currently leading this field very strongly. All the big gap on Sean Rudolph now, over 3 seconds.
I think we might see the Godzilla and the Auto Trader next season.
I think Monday.
I don't think we'll see him out on track again with the Godzilla.
It was a bold move to take that car for the season. He's done exceptionally well. Godzilla has clocked the speed trap as a maximum on quite a couple of tracks, so we definitely underestimated the Datsun's performance capabilities. Martin has honed in and tuned that to the optimum place, and he's managed to extract the results out of that car. So hats off to him for that, taking a unfamiliar, unpopular vehicle in the season.
Yeah, the Godzilla has been a fast car in the chase lights, but unfortunately when it gets to the corners it hasn't been the best car to get around the corners. But no, Van Wyk has handled it quite good to get that car where he's at the moment, currently sitting I think P3 in the driver's standing, so that's not bad for the Godzilla not being that consistent.
I think he's P2 and Rudolph is P3.
No, P2.
With Ulrich the Jager in P1.
Exactly what I said there. I mean, what a great season for him so far. If it doesn't always look like it, but the small points that you gain actually helps you out a lot as well.
Consistency through the season, Job. These seasons aren't won in one race. There's 8 races. We've had a good combination of tracks and weather conditions. So it's a well-rounded champion at the end of the season that stands in the top step. So Ulrich has proven himself to be very consistent in all conditions and all tracks so far this season, bar a couple of incidents. It was unfortunate for him, but he still managed to maintain a healthy lead to the field.
I was looking for the consistent word there, but ran out of airtime for a little bit there. But yeah, like you said,
get that R7 data bundle shop.
I did that one quickly. No, just to stay consistent and keep your nose clean was the most important thing this season. I mean, if you look at that, it brought a lot of drivers up. But yeah, it's going to be a tough one coming from Watkins and losing a bit of points here because you know you only have one race left to make a change. But yeah, we've seen champions changed in the last races a few times, especially with the competition as good as here by RaceFace.
Yeah, no, if you miss one race, if you're looking at Ulrich Kona, missed one race and he's fallen back to 6th position on the standings. Jacobus van der Walt was lying in 5th place before this race, and unfortunately he's missing out tonight. It would be nice to see van der Walt and his whole support team on the stream here. But with no van der Walt on track, I don't see any van der Walt supporters on the stream at the moment.
Unfortunate.
So it is very important to pitch up every race, important to perform consistently, because the race you're not there, the guy that's behind you is taking freebies.
Yeah, getting those 3 points that were not scored. You see, we've got a lot of close cars around on track, but it's so difficult to get around here because the only places you can actually get around are the straight before the bus stop and the start-finish straight. So cars having mostly the same performance running together. So I think it's a tough one to get past tonight.
It's not easy to pass track, especially with the runoff areas being so slow. also short, the walls being so close to the racing line, it is something that you tend to see if you can rather not risk it right now and wait for that good opportunity where you can make a clean pass without putting the car in the wall.
But we've seen it week in, week out. Drivers try to stay behind, until those last 20 minutes when they actually start dealing with them also. Hopefully we see a few overtakes happening in the last 20 minutes like usually. We've seen overtakes happen the last lap as well, so it's going to be interesting. We've got Mr. Ulrich the Arthur trying to shape here for Ulrich Quinn also trying to run it on the outside. Not look like it's happening. Ulrich Quinn just gets the pull out of the corner again and keeps Ulrich the Arthur guide.
Well, they'll have to put in their best laps. We've got Wayne Ferreira coming through to P5 now. He's 21 positions up from P26 where he started the race. So he'll be chasing for a win tonight maybe.
Ulrich de Jager has the inside line to be turn 1 now, but has a lap car ahead of him that gives Ulrich Quinn a bit of better pace coming through there. Slight contact there, but Ulrich Quinn just loses the position there to de Jager, but he's definitely going to be trying to fight back here to the bus stop side now. Also
he's
very,
going to try and keep
close.
that Mustang in the shade of Ulrich's BMW's rear wing now.
The problem is if you run off the racing line there, you're onto the marbles, and when those marbles stick, you lose all the grip that you need to go through there. But yeah, Ulrich the Arthur just kept it clean, kept it
Very
tight.
tight line through the bus stop there.
Yeah, no, definitely, and just kept the position there. Not much Ulrich Quinn could do to fight back there. Quite disappointing, I would think, for him. They're leading for 16 laps and then losing the lead there.
Yeah, we're 30 minutes into the race now, so pit stops would start playing a role very soon. We've got Martin van Wyk that worked his way back up to P14 with one pit stop completed, so he's at least one pit stop ahead at the moment, with Michael Asenbroek and Vic Herbst ahead of him also completing one pit stop, as well as Leon Swan that's now leading the second silver class. Alvin Prim is leading the silver class right now.
Mr. Prim having a good one again. Also probably because he's running some golden mags there by the looks of it.
That's a key element to his performance, Jacques. I can attest to that.
No. But yeah, awesome overtake there from Ulrich de Jager. Now that he passed Ulrich,
Big Herbst having a massive spin. Big Herbst was obviously quite pressured seeing Alvin being ahead so far, having a massive spin on the track.
Now he's got Van Wyk and Ferreira passing him.
That's the other McLaren. That was the second place McLaren in the field here tonight. Alvin doing a mega job in his McLaren, currently leading silver class in overall P6.
Unfortunate for his spin there. Has so far had a good race. Still currently P12 now. Hopefully no damage to that McLaren. Maybe he can get a few positions back and get some third time back there. Mr. Struble had enough now. He's into pit lane to get his first pit stop done and dusted.
So he's stationary for quite some time. He might be changing tyres right now.
Van Wyk is going to also pass him. So that puts Van Wyk ahead of him, because Van Wyk also did a pit stop already.
Very early to change tyres, Jacques. Do you think they've picked up some tyre wear early in the race here, that they've already changed tyres?
I've spoken to a few drivers coming into this race as well. I think there might be some of these drivers that's going to do 2 tyre changes tonight. Just to do the high tyre wear, because you've got a very, very look. You've got very much corners, high to medium speed corners here, and they definitely eating the tyres away. So I think these guys are maybe going to do a 2 tyre stop tonight. I think a lot of drivers that have the clean air and space can preserve the tyres a little bit. but I think those drivers that are going to be pushing to get out there. Got another incident here. Mr. Ferrara losing it here. Had a bit of incident here with the lap car. But the guys that are preserving their tires are definitely going to be the ones that actually get the best result tonight.
Wayne did a very good pass on Martin just after the bus stop there. Martin tried to go side by side into the bus stop, but then got stuck behind the traffic of that car.
Unfortunate, yeah, we've got
Martin off track.
Yeah, we have a bit of a. I should have a look who this was. Apologies.
Check the instant replay on the contact there, John. Car 123 and car 54. John Twitter.
Mr.
54 and 123. Yes. Mr. Kluter just came back from a 2 race ban.
Yeah, unfortunately, Mr. Kluter made a few mistakes there. Forcing 3 drivers off track there. Unfortunate for that. Mr. Neil Struble coming up again now onto the back here of Mr. Herbst again. We've got Martin van Dijk also coming down now.
It's not very sportsmanlike.
Not having a good night tonight. Let's get back here with
Martin had enough there. Let's look at the leaders.
Mr. Ulrich Quinner, did he make a pit stop? Okay.
Yes, he had. He only did a splash and dash for 11 seconds.
Yeah, yes,
so didn't have a long stop. I think the tensions in that Datsun just pulled over.
We might have had a brake pedal failure there. Brake pressure line or something that broke, or something in that line. Let's hope it was something like that rather than anything else. Currently Mr. Sean Rudolph in P2, but a big gap to Ulrich de Jager. But yeah, Ulrich Quinner dropped into pit lane. I think he's going to also try to get the undercut done there on Mr. Ulrich de Jager there.
Yeah, we'll see what the length of the pit stops are for Rudolph and de Jager, and they usually go into the pit. Neil already making passes as he's back on track after his first pit stop. Currently running P8, 1 pit stop done.
We had a bit of a few incidents here tonight, unfortunately.
Let's see, Ulrich de Jager is in the pit now. Let's see how long he's stationary for, and then see where he comes out. In respect to Ulrich Quinner. Sean Rudolph still out on track now, taking the gross race lead. That's a very good drive from Sean Rudolph.
Just keeping it clean and keeping his nose clean and keeping it in P3 there.
Ulrich is stationary for much longer. I think he's changing tyres. So he'll definitely come out. Ulrich Quinner already passed him now.
Marco, can you excuse me for 1 second quickly?
100%. So Ulrich de Jager is out of pit now. He's coming in ahead of Michael Asenbroek and a couple seconds behind Ulrich Quinner. 17 seconds behind him now with a pit stop that was 32 seconds versus an 11-second stop. So if it wasn't for the longer stop, we would have been ahead. So pit strategy playing a role here in this race. Let's see what develops when Sean Rudolph goes into the pit.
There we go, Marco. I'm back. Just had a quick discussion. but I'm all back, don't worry.
100%.
There we go.
Ulrich de Jager came back out 17 seconds behind Ulrich Kone. So definitely that longer pit stop. Longer pit stop putting him further back.
Ulrich de Jager definitely gonna try to fight back that time now, but Ulrich Kone, did he do a quick stop? No, he didn't. I don't think he did any tires.
It was 21 second longer stop for de Jager. He changed tires. Ulrich Kone only doing a splash and dash. So Ulrich de Jager will now have the tire benefit on track. So let's see if he works that 17 second gap down as the stint continues. He's already got it down to 16 seconds within the space of one lap. So that's the second lap at the moment that he's winning on better tire life. And then let's see if Sean's going to go long here or if he's going to come into the pits and do tires.
Just excuse me 1 second again, Marco.
No problem. Currently looking at Mr. Steenkamp running in second place at the moment with Jonathan Chislett 16 seconds behind him and Sean Rudolph 4 seconds up the road from him. That Sarko Ferrari losing its rear end quite a bit out of the corners. Seems that that's due for a tyre replacement. It's Mustang livery on the Griffin Mustang looking very, very good for Donnie Steenkamp. Donnie was early performer in our first race on Silverstone in the wet. He's been struggling for races since then to get a very good result out, but he's doing very well tonight. Currently in net P4, P5 with Jonathan Chislett behind him. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye on development for Donnie tonight. See Alvin Primus just lost it on track as well. Yellow flag into the pits. So we're just about on the halfway mark of the race here. Field spread out quite a bit, very little on-track battles for position at the moment. All the pit stops has changed up the field quite a bit. Still some guys needing to do their first mandatory stop. That's why Sean Rudolph, Donnie Steenkamp, Jonathan Chislett is currently running the top 3 with no pit stops completed. Now Ulrich Kone already running P4, completing his first pit stop quite early. He was one of the first leading drivers going into the pits. But he did not change tires, and he's currently lapping about a second slower than Ulrich de Jager. That's closing that gap from 17 seconds when it started. It's already down to 14 seconds 2 laps later. Donnie just deciding to drop into the pit. Now focusing on Sean Berg and his Racing Styles Ferrari. He had a very unfortunate race start. He's down into P19, chasing Vic Herbst, championship leader, as things stand at the moment. Vic already completed both of his stops, and Sean has only completed one.
Apologies, Mark, I'm back.
I'm worried about you, Jacques. You okay? I heard a camel cough there.
No, all is good, all is good. We've got Mr. Van Wyk back out on track as well now. Just had a bit of a few discussions quickly. You're all sorted up. A few big gaps for coming onto track now. On the Steenkamp, I see also dive into pit lane now. Sean's still staying out, not into the pits yet.
Now, Sean has shown in a couple of races that he likes going long. When he's got good pace and he's got good clean air ahead of him, he doesn't go into the pit. He likes to enjoy that running in the front. So maybe he's going to push these tires to the last 20 minutes. Let's see what happens from here. He is lapping at 146.1s, but we've got Ulrich de Jager behind him lapping at 145s. So we're about half a second a lap at the moment, tire advantage for Ulrich de Jager.
Yeah, Ulrich de Jager having a good race, so that Ulrich going into the pits now for his second pit stop, I see.
Yes, Ulrich Koene being the benchmark setter here for pit stop. He's going first of all the front runners for both his pit stops. So he's heading out now to take on the last 37 minutes in one long stint.
Definitely going to be a tight one at the end now, because now Ulrich Koene is going to be on the new set of tyres there. And yeah, Ulrich de Jager is going to do another pit stop on the old set of tyres. With the track that's high demanding on the tyres, I think it's going to be a good race till the end here.
Yeah, it's definitely going to get together at the end again between the Ulrich and Ulrich for the race win. Depends on how good Sean can keep his pace there ahead without doing any pit stops yet and having nice clean air ahead of him.
A bit of bad luck for a few drivers out on track tonight. See Martin van Wyk back into the pit lane again now. Having a horrid night in that Godzilla tonight.
Yeah, we might even see it on Junk Mail tomorrow. Junk Mail comes out on a Friday, right?
I think it's going to be for sale a lot quicker than we think.
Wayne Ferreira also had that bad spin of his, so he's back quite a bit from P6 now. With one pit stop still to complete. So Koene, as far as my calculations go here, definitely in a net race lead if everything stays clean from here on out.
Mr. Niels Trubel all the way up into P5 already, but he's got Ferrara chasing him down now. That's going to be a hard driver to keep behind, but I think it's an awesome mega job from Strubel tonight already.
Strubel definitely having that Ferrari tuned in for Watkins Glen, yeah? And he's got Wayne Ferreira to put pressure on him from the rear, so he's definitely putting in the best laps he can, try and keep that Lexus behind him.
I don't think he's going to try to pick up the battle with Mr. Ferrara. He knows Mr. Ferrara has a little bit more pace inside that Lexus, so we'll see if he tries to fight it very hard, or is he going to try to just keep it safe and just focus on his race.
Mr. Ferreira lapping faster than the rest of the field, fastest lap at 1:44.1, but not that big a gap as we've seen on Bathurst last week. Last week it was almost a second and a half gap between him and the second fastest lap. At the moment it's only half a second between him and Sean Rudolph. So Sean Rudolph has been putting in some very good laps running in front, and he's now completed one of his pit stops and is running in P3.
Mr. Sean Rudolph currently running P3.
Yes. Let's check if he did tires on his stop. Yes, he did. So he's chasing down Ulrich de Jager now. Ulrich Koene, I think, still having the better strategy as it is. Definitely be between Koene, Rudolph and de Jager for the podiums.
Mr. Chestlet ahead at the moment, but I don't think he's going to stay there for too long.
He's also completed a pit stop, so he is doing a very good stint, but he did do a splash and dash of only 6 seconds. So you'll have the oldest tyres of the front runners at the moment on track. So let's see what his pace is on the next lap that he completes. He's keeping good pace with that old tyres. His last lap, he came through at the 1:47. He's ducking to the pits now to do his last stop. I think he's going to change tyres.
I see he finally chose to dive into pit lane. Mr. Sean Rudolph also going into pit lane now. I believe for his second stop now.
I think Sean's just going to do a quick splash and dash, so he'll overtake Chislet here in the pits. And he'll then put his head down to see if he can chase down De Jager. Let's see if Kone comes past him now, as Kone is the only front runner that's completed all his pit stops. It's just coming into the final corner now. He's definitely going to pass Sean Rudolph and Jonathan Chislet here.
Mr. Struble, I'm very proud of his race tonight. They're definitely showing us some good pace here tonight.
He also missed out on the trip down to Australia, so he'll be looking to make up some good points here tonight. He's putting in a very solid performance and running a very clean race up to now.
No, definitely. Mr. Struble definitely showing us some good pace this whole season. Definitely showing that he's improving like a driver, showing that he definitely can fight with these guys, and yeah, just being an awesome dude at the end of the day as well.
Yeah, very nice personality. I see Sean Rudolph came out just about 2 seconds behind Ulrich Kone, so he's got his target set now on the rear of that army color Mustang of Rapid Recon Racing. And let's see how that battle develops. If he's going to close that gap or if Ulrich Kone is going to increase that gap. Sean having the fresher tyres by maybe 4 or 5 laps. Donnie Stenkamp also back into the pits now for his final stop. Ulrich De Jager running a very clean and lonely race in P1 at the moment. Nice clean air ahead of him. Still have 1 pit stop to do, so he's just looking to extend that gap, to have a pit stop in that gap when he finally goes into pit. Come out clear ahead of Ulrich Kone and Sean Rudolph.
There we go. Getting back here to Mr. Ulrich De Jager, focusing a few bit on his laps and putting in a few clean ones there. Just amazing to see how he gets that BMW turned around here on Watkins Glen.
I think you maybe do on board there with Ulrich De Jager, so the viewers could see the lap. At that pace that he's driving at the moment. He's doing very good 145, low 145, very good pace. Just about 800 in a second of the pace of Ferrari.
Having a quick one here on board with Mr. Ulrich De Jager, just to show the viewers how close these guys get to the track limit around here.
Press number 1 on your keyboard to have a cockpit view, John.
So to get the bumper view there for quite a good speed effect as well with it. But let's have a look
this is a
inside.
good speed effect on the bumper.
Have a look
Check
inside
the driver's view behind the steering wheel. The viewers can see all the inputs that happen on that steering wheel around the track. Direction out of the corners.
Fighting it to keep the nose in, and then he gets more power, and then he starts to power out to the next left hander. As you can see, just fighting the nose and a bit of understeer inside that BMW tonight.
Let's see see a bit of dirt developing on his windshield as well. Very realistic simulation on ACC.
Definitely. Also, needing to use the wipers to clean the windscreen to keep the rain off and all those are quite nice.
Yeah.
Mr. Struble also having a good race. I think he wished that the checkered flag came out the next lap because he's currently running on the podium there. But unfortunately we've got 27 minutes left. Not unfortunately, fortunately we've got 27 minutes left so that we can have a few more looks at these drivers coming around here. A lot of big gaps around the track now, but we've got Mr. Prim closing the gap here to Mr. Rick Thomas. So there's definitely going to be a gap battle shaping in the next few laps or so, but I think Mr. Thomas is diving into pits now. So that was the easiest overtake of the night by so far. A lot of big gaps around track. We've got Mr. Stein here with another yellow flag moment there. The Astons having a bit of a big thing to coming around the Watkins tonight. We see a lot of Astons actually struggling and hitting the walls. I think they're struggling with the rear traction on those cars and just losing it in the corners.
These corners are never flat or it's orientated at angles all the time. So the point at which you apply throttle is very important in Watkins Glen. As if you just come out of the embankment and you put throttle, you'll definitely lose the rear. So timing of throttle, maybe that gear ratio on the Aston not being optimum for the layout of this track.
I agree. I think it's a very, even on the iRacing side, we saw the Aston Martins not putting up a big fight when we raced around the Watkins not too long ago. So definitely favouring the Fords tonight, but we've got 3 Fords running behind each other currently. 5, 6 and 7th, but they definitely going to be coming up because we've got Prim, Struble and I think Ferrara also needs to do another pit stop. So
yeah, I think those longer gear ratios on the Ford definitely work well on these long corners, as you don't have to change gear or reach peak torque accelerating out of a corner. Some of the other cars having shorter gear ratios, and that gives you a bit more fidelity as you come out of a corner.
That's also playing a big role here, is the Ford being a normal aspirated V8 and not like the other cars that are running turbochargers, meaning that they don't need to build the revs up, so the Ford just pounds the power and just gets out the corners and just has this straight line speed, because around the Watkins it's all about the exits, not about the entry of the corner but the exit of the corners, because you've got these big long massive straights and long corners ahead of the next one. So it's more important just to get the speed coming out of the corners there.
Spoken like a professional race driver there, Jacques, who summed it up very, very well. Ulrich Koene now on the back of Alvin Prim. Let's see if he can make that pass on the McLaren done as soon as possible so he can go chasing Ulrich de Jager.
I think for his podium fight now at the moment, he really needs to get this move done as quick as possible so he doesn't lose too much time, because he's got his pit stops done, but Ulrich de Jager still needs to make a pit stop. So with all the time he can gain now, he needs to do it now.
Yeah, net pit stop loss is about 55 seconds. With the gap currently between Ulrich de Jager and Ulrich Koene being 38 plus 15, 53 seconds. So at the moment, it seems like Ulrich Koene could come out maybe 1-2 seconds ahead of Ulrich de Jager when Ulrich makes that final pit stop.
I think Ulrich de Jager is going to try to push it closer to the end tonight, just to make sure that he can keep track position for as long as possible. I just try to get his car to the end, just to throw the least amount of petrol at the end so that he knows he can do a quicker pit stop than usual.
Definitely. Alvin Prim doing very well to keep pace with Ulrich Koene there after Ulrich passed him. And that's a lot of the time that's a blessing in disguise when a faster guy comes up and overtakes you. If you can just duck into their slipstream and keep pace with them, you make up a lot of time towards the guys you really racing on track.
Right, Mr. Packere also getting on the back now of Mr. Rick Thomas, starting to gain as well. Bakkering having a little bit of a quiet night, just running in the lower mid-pack there, but never a guy to forget as well. Also a very good racer. Not at the luck the last few races that he would have wanted, but slowly but surely also scoring a little bit of points here from the bottom and the mid-pack.
Bakkery currently following that Pendacity McLaren of Rick Thomas. I must say I like that Pendacity livery on that McLaren. So that purple and white color scheme and the panda on the side.
Yeah, definitely having some nice liveries there in the city, especially all over where they race. I know they used to do some racing in the F1 scene as well. Bakkery going for a move there on the Panda City.
Into the bus stop.
Into the bus stop, light contact there. Not sure if that was maybe one of the cleanest moves to do, but definitely worked for him there. I think
he maybe was anticipating that Rick Thomas was picking up some passengers there in the bus stop.
Unfortunate there, but Panda City go all over the F1 scene. They've got cars racing in the iRacing scene, they've got cars racing in the LMU scene, and they also have cars racing in the ACC scene. Popping us a nice little drift there, knowing we're speaking about him at the moment. Mr. Struble into pit lane now to get his pit stops done and dusted. Still needs to make his stop. He took the last pit box on the grid there.
He'll lose quite a bit of positions here with his 50 seconds pit stop.
That puts Mr. Ulrich Quinn into P2, 54 seconds behind Ulrich de Jager at the moment. You said it's about
53 seconds. 55 seconds roughly.
Needs to find 1 point. Well, maybe still in range, but I think it all depends on how quick Ulrich de Jager is going to go into pit lane. How much the fuel is he going to be throwing, because he's already pushing it close to the end with 20 minutes remaining. I'm not sure he's going to be throwing too much in there. Probably has a 2-liter Coke bottle under the seat or something.
Yeah, Ulrich de Jager will have to get that pit stop sequence. Oh, I just see a slide here from Niels Verdoos talking to you. Ulrich de Jager will have to get that pit stop sequence done very accurately. Switching off the ignition, parking in your box accurately, getting the ignition on and the starter done, and pulled away without stalling the engine.
I mean, it's one big hell of a procedure to a pit stop in ACC with the ignition that needs to be switched off, especially the alignment of the car and all those. So I think it's very important to get it right, and you can easily mess it up as well.
Yeah, it is a risky setup doing all those things manually, but there's a lot of time to gain if you do it correctly versus having it on automatic system.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, as a racing driver, you always, even if it's a tenth or just half of a tenth of a second that you can gain somewhere, you always try to get the best out of everything. So I think it's important to make sure you, what a move here from Sean Rudolph.
Yeah, he's passing on track in the bus stop, just backed out of it into the last ace.
We had two cars going there almost side by side, mostly side by side, and they made it. What a great race.
Sean will want to get this pass on Alvin done as soon as possible. I think Alvin's tyres have seen the best of their life. He has to duck into the pit once more. And Sean would want to make this pass to get chasing down to Ulrich Quinn. Gap to Ulrich being about 5 seconds down, for sure.
Apologies, we just ran out of airtime by the looks of it again.
I'm so focused on this battle between Sean and Alvin on track now.
We need to tell the viewers what is happening, Marco. We can't try to focus too much, Mr.
I became a viewer there for a couple seconds.
Yeah, Mr. Van Wyk at the back of Sean Rudolph now. Going to have a look at that Mustang and think, could have been us fighting it out, but unfortunately Martin van Wyk a few laps down already.
So 4 laps down on Sean Rudolph at the moment. That incident's put him back quite drastically. But,
Mr. Hasenbroek shaping
uncontested.
for a move here on the inside, looked to the inside there but saw no room, saw no space and just backed out of it. But he's definitely a little bit quicker than Chislet at the moment, so I think he's going to be able to shape and move real quickly. Chislet doing quite well tonight with that Aston Martin. All the Astons around him are dying and spinning out all over the place, but he's keeping his all good on track and goes for a
Couple
little
of Aston
defensive
Martin
move there.
Couple Aston Martin friends he can help out with a proper setup. He's got that setup dialed in for this track. He's got all control over that Aston, which the other Aston drivers seem to be struggling with tonight.
Scott also close to the back here of Michael Berg. Michael Berg having a bit of damage on the front of that Bentley. Almost looks like the wind is up. No, somebody closed it. All good now. I just wanted to say it looks like the bonnet's going to go blowing off and then it just popped close. So I think the wind just blew it the right way there. Mr. Scott having a great run here. And Michael Berg goes to the inside here, see if he can get the position. No, that Bentley just having the straight line speed there. But he goes for a late dive to the inside. Just a little bit wide.
Very good move in the first corner. He lined that up in the last corner and get it executed on the first corner of the lap.
Yeah, but yeah, he compromised his speed a little bit there. But yeah, not a bad move there from Kevin Scott. Definitely a very, very good move. Now we also have who's coming across Michael Berg now.
West Erwin. Aston.
Hasenbroek looking to dive to the inside here of turn 1. No, the Aston just closes the line there and get clean. Fortunately couldn't get the position. Definitely fighting it out. Also started high up in the grid all the way in P3. Currently went down to P15 for one moment, all the way back up to P6. What a great race from him so far.
Hasenbroek doing a very good race, leading the silver class outright here, even with Wayne Ferreira behind him. Wayne having a couple of spins to put him back in the field. So very clean and good race from Michael Hasenbroek here tonight.
So Sean Berg also currently not having a very, very good race tonight, but as a matter he's still showing us some good pace, having a great one around Watkins. But yeah, let's run through all these drivers. Let's have a quick look at all of them on track. All of them deserve a little bit of screen time here on our stream. So let's have a look. Just to have those nice shots of all the cars racing, Marco is awesome.
Of course. Some nice diversity in the liveries here, and then car specs.
Some of these corner angles that they give you with the sunlight, cars coming through, it looks awesome. A lot of detail going through here into ACC. But yeah, we live in a very good era now, that we're getting all these nice sims and everything. I know we've got Project Motorsport, or Motor Racing, what they call it, Marco. Unfortunate that there's a bit of disappointment, but I think there was a big hype. A lot of people actually got ready for it, and I think the hype was too big for the final product. But hopefully,
sometimes better to under-promise and over-deliver. I think a lot of people have asked for the refunds, unfortunately. Yeah. But we'll give them 6 months or a year to see if they can fix those gremlins in the platform.
Exactly. I think everybody needs to be given a shot to improve. I mean, sometimes the guys that make these things aren't real sim racers. They're maybe not real racers, even though. So they get feedback from certain types of people, and just to try to generate the feedback that they get into building that game. And I think that they can still fix it if they're willing to fix it. So hopefully they listen to us, the community, and get their stuff sorted.
We've got Ulrich Kona chasing now. We've got Ulrich the after going into the pit lane.
Let's have a look at this one.
He's already coming out.
No, he's stopping
in the first grid box. He's in the first box. So stationary. Let's see.
Already going out of pit lane, going Ulrich Koene only coming around the...
Ulrich Koene just coming out the final corner now.
Ulrich de
So
Jager
he's worked
already
that
through the
gap
first
down.
one.
So he's worked that gap down to about 14 seconds. So a very quick stop from Ulrich de Jager. He did everything right in that stop. He gained probably about 10 seconds on the average pit loss with his short stop there, just a splash and dash. Let's hope he put in enough fuel to get him to the end.
Let's hope so. I mean, it's with 12 minutes remaining, with the excitement building and just trying to get the gap, hopefully, like you said, he didn't underfuel. And sometimes you are getting overexcited and trying to get as quick out as possible, and just a half a lap, you can lose everything.
No, it's concentration from go, go, go all the way to the checkered flag. There's no time to lapse in concentration, as you might not be focusing, but your competitor might be focusing very well at that state.
But looking forward to next week when we go through to our home race, getting to see everybody back, pop out the braai, eat some boerewors and drink some klipdrif, because we're all the way back at Kyalami, so it's going to be a nice one.
We had our season final race in Kyalami this Monday on the Console League with our GT3 Cup, where I drove the McLaren. Kyalami also being a very technical track with blind corner on the top of the track, the sausage curbs, the horok stands like Ruan van der Walt calls them. I saw in his real life race car the other weekend he almost had a full horok on the second last corner on Kyalami in his Lotus 7. But interestingly, Jock, have you seen Ruan's new car, the BMW?
Yes, I see he improved. He got a little bit more space, headroom now. So it's going to be interesting to see some of his YouTube videos. So if anybody wants to go and have a look at some onboard footage of him racing around Zwartkop and Kyalami and all those tracks, definitely go and look for Ruan van der Walt. Very good racer in the sim.
On YouTube. His tag on YouTube is Ruan29.
Yes.
That's Ruan29.
Also a very good racer in the sim racing scene and as well in the real racing scene. So also proud to say he's one of our SPR guys. So definitely someone to have a look at.
Yes, I see Mr. Velatham here rooting for Ulrich Koene, saying let's go Koene, bring it down for RRR, Rapid Recon Racing. There's a bit of a gap, and it seems like Ulrich de Jager is currently maintaining that gap at just over 14.5 seconds. And Sean Rudolph in the back of Ulrich Koene has closed it down to just under 6 seconds now, where he was just under 7. So it is a chase that's developing. Still have 9 minutes, probably another 5 to 6 laps to go to the end of the race. Staffbrook still sitting on the back of that Aston, Jonathan Chislett.
Definitely a little bit lonely out there tonight for Mr. Ulrich Koene. Not a lot of RR cars to help him out on track tonight.
It's missing out Mr. Koopster. Wonder where Mr. Koopster is. Hope it's something important, like an anniversary or a birthday.
I think you can still go with maybe a birthday, but not an anniversary. Racing is important.
He'll be racing every day if he doesn't do that anniversaries. But it is getting to the end of the year. It's already 11 December. Some people might be pitching the tents at Skotberg Caravan Park already.
We've got
I saw that
Mr.
contact
West.
there from Alsenbroek.
Oh, we've got Mr. West here also spinning it into the wall. Another Aston at the moment, having a tough night. Very, very sad to see all these Astons not performing that well, but yeah, they can all bring it next week when they come to Kyalami. I think Kyalami is a good all-rounder for all types of cars, because it's got something of everything.
It's a gelijkmaker for the field there at Kyalami. I see Wayne Ferreira has decided to enter into the small gap here between Jonathan Chislett and Michael Alsenbroek. Chislett just having a spin as a commentator's curse here. getting some severe damage on that front end of the Aston. That's unfortunate. Jonathan has been running a very good race tonight, and just that pressure from Wayne behind got him to lose his focus for that split second.
Unfortunate
heading
there
into
for
that
him.
long, slow corner after the bus stop.
Really unfortunate for him there. Had a very good race up until now. Mr. Struble, he won't mind that. He got a free position there. But now back up into P7 at the moment.
Dani Steenkamp has been having a very clean and well-paced race tonight as well, and he's Griffin Racing Ford Mustang running on P4 just behind Sean Rudolph.
Definitely good to see him up here again with these guys, because he's also had a few tough races the last few weeks. Not having the best of races, but tonight he's definitely showing us that he's still here. He still can get up into the top 5, and that's just great to see him still fighting here.
Yeah, Dani Steenkamp was our pole sitter on the inaugural race of the season at Silverstone in the wet. So I had high expectations for him for the season. It's become a bit undone in the middle, but seems like he's getting it all back together here in the end, the last second of last race. Hopefully he carries his momentum over to the last race, Kyalami, next week.
And then now we've got Mr. Rookie here. Had a little bit of a fight here with Caden Scott, the Mr. Potgieter. Lost the position there to Scott, but not doing bad for the rookie. Definitely somebody that we hope to see in the yellow livery next season.
He's been consistently improving through the season. I think every track is a new experience and puts you back to the drawing board. So not every race has gone his way, but he's not fighting for all the way rear positions. He's at least in the top 20, which is a good, solid performance for the first season. So definitely looking forward to his performances for the next seasons to come in yellow colors, hopefully.
Definitely, and I think from our commentator's side, what we've seen from Mr. Potgieter is that they must actually just give him his colors. He's been doing very well. I mean, he's a very good driver, and hopefully next season you guys can just listen to our commentating and we say give him his colors.
He's doing very well in terms of racecraft. He gave very good adherence to the blue flag there on Ulrich Kone, and also now on the next car. He's been keeping it clean where it was under his control. So his lines and his awareness of the traffic around him has been very good. So we'll give a letter of attestation to his team principals there. I think he definitely deserves to drive in yellow next season, first season of 2026.
Definitely can hear you've got the Vodacom package in neither Celsius one, okay? Some better words coming through there from your side.
Got more Southern Towers here in Joburg than in the bush, Jacques.
No, just running through all these cars again. I mean, it's been a tough night here around Watkins Glen. These guys have been battling it out, not with themselves, but other cars, but with the walls and the grass as well. So it was what a big challenge it was to keep these cars on track, just to fight it and just get everywhere. But yeah, what a great one so far with 4 minutes left. I think we're getting into the closing stages now. A lot of big gaps on track, no close battles. Hasn't happened in a few races like this. We've had battles up until the last lap. But yeah, I think the Watkins just got to everybody's head tonight.
Yeah, Sean unfortunately worked that gap down quite a bit to Ulrich Kone, but hitting some traffic, and then Martin very determined to put that Godzilla ahead of the Mustang. So nice car for Sean at the moment, but definitely hindering his pace a little bit on his chase on Ulrich.
I think they might be working together here, trying to give Sean Rudolph a bit of a slipstream, see if he can maybe get that Mustang a little bit closer. But I think Ulrich Kone just did everything right tonight. He put the right foot in front the whole night, get his car in the right positions, kept himself clear, did his pit stops good. And tonight I wouldn't suggest that as a bad one at all.
No, from zero result last week to second place tonight, it's definitely exceptional. We'll be happy with that. Big accident here ahead of Ulrich de Jager, one of the back runners.
We've
So
got
Mr.
one
Hubert,
battle forming here
that's Hubert.
to the end of the race. Is Mr. Prim gonna try to catch Mr. Struble here to the end? Mr. Hubert losing it there.
We've got a McLaren versus Ferrari situation here, so let's see if McLaren is the better car. If that rumours with Lando can be settled or not.
Currently, Mr. Prim was about half a second quicker, more than half a second quicker on the previous lap, so he's definitely catching Struble. But Struble just opened the throttle a little bit, found extra centimeters on the brake, on the throttle pedal there, and just said nope. Pulled the second back to pulled the gap back to over a second there.
Yeah, Mr. Prim did have the lap time deleted on the last lap, definitely exceeding a track limit. So track limit warnings, haven't seen any drivers with drive-through or stop-go penalties tonight. So the guys have kept it clean. I think Mr. Prim has just been pushing that extra bit to get closer to Neil and he's running wide again outside of the track.
And now
so
we've
might be building up some track limits.
Now we've got Mr. Stolz gaining on the back of 0.4 on the back of Mr. Herbst as well. We've got Prim on those 0.4 on the back of Struble, just as we thought we're going to settle this one out nice and easy. We've got two mega battles for the points, actually just fighting it out there. That's going to be on the last lap here.
Well, both of these battles on track at the moment is silver versus gold class, so it's not for championship standings, but it is for pride, and that's what we race for at the end of the day.
Mr. Stoll's very, very close here to the back of Mr. Herbst now, not getting the move shape there.
Now the one is Mr. Primus in silver chasing Struble in the gold class, and then you've got Mr. Stolz in the gold class chasing Mr. Vigaps in the silver class.
Well, I think the gold driver needs to get past the silver driver. I think it's just for the pride and the glory at the end of the day. Mr. Herbst giving the position away almost there. I think he's not willing to get into the battle there to see if he can ruin his race on the last lap.
They have to leave it all to the end now, those close battles. But the big battles for the podiums in the gold class is settled. And then we've got no battles for positions in the silver class either, with Wayne Ferreira running first place, Michael Larsenbroek doing a very good race, running second place at the moment. I suspect he'll finish there. And Mr. Prim coming in on the podium first time for the season, Jock.
Not bad, not bad. Mr. Prim doing an excellent job here tonight. Trying to gain that extra position here on Mr. Struble just to get the bragging rights up there that said I can take a gold driver here. So let's have a look if he can get that right.
I see Mr. Prim had third place last week. Before that, his best team was fourth. He's had very consistent performances through the season with the fourth, fifth, sixth. Did not start fifth and third place. So very good consistent racing from Mr. Prim in that McLaren. McLaren being a very easy car to handle, very stable. It's not a beast as some of these other cars to manage or tame. So I think he made a good decision in the McLaren to get consistent performances rather than risky performances.
Definitely. I think also just enjoying the McLaren, very fun car to drive and a very good looking car to witness out on track. But as we focus, Ulrich de Jager coming around the final corner now, going to come all the way to the start finish and then just say what a good race this was. Bring home that P1.
Another masterclass from Ulrich de Jager here at Watkins Glen tonight.
Giving us commentators a little bit of a flash to say, hi guys, I'm happy you guys did the commentary here for us. Mr. Quinner coming home in P2 here.
Also
very excited
for Rapid Recon Racing.
Very excited for getting that second place done there and does that. So Sean Rudolph is definitely going to be happy with the podium. Also giving us a low flash there at the moment. Mr. Dani Steenkamp also very happy with P4, having a little bit of a wiggle there. Mr. Ferrara running out of fuel just before the finish line here.
Oh, he'll definitely have a stone talking to Jeff in the pit lane there, John.
No, Jeff is definitely going to
finish it. Is he going to finish it? How he's parking maybe?
Mr. Asenbroek
stopped.
came into P5 now. That's going to push up Mr. Struble into P6. What an excellent race for him there. Just a
Very
little
good
bit
race from Neil.
hard to run through the final standings. Will you be able to pull it up for us and just run through the final ones as soon as they're up, Marco?
Yes. Just give me a chance to see the last cars over the line. Just waiting for Rick Thomas. Good, he's over. Jump to the replay.
I've got Mr. West also still need to
David.
come to the pit over the final line. Let's have a little bit of screen time here for Mr. West. Unfortunate, not one of his best races tonight, but definitely came in and he brought his car to the end. Let's give him the benefit there. When he saw the green, he saw the checkered, so that's the most important thing. Also had a few spins around track, hitting the wall a few times. But yeah, it was a horrid night for the Aston Martins. But he's bringing it all the way to the finish line, and what a great race this was, Marco. Full of excitement, full of crashes, full of everything. I think we've got a wide variety, a smarty box at the end of the night.
And that's been an excellent race. We had 27 drivers to start, only 23 to finish, so it has been hard on these guys all the way to the end. Let me quickly jump out to the final replay in the main menu, as there's some glitch with results as people leave the lobby. Just give me 2 seconds to get that sorted out, Jock.
No problem at all, Marco. We've got all the time in the world at the end. It's not like we're going to be able to go do anything big now.
Not much to do on the 11th of December on a Thursday night.
No, unfortunately not. I think with the holidays setting in, by next week Thursday everything should be more exciting, because we'll all be at Kyalami having a look how these guys battle it out. So I think with the holidays everybody's getting into the spirit, the vibes. It's going to be a great one.
I only have 20 cars on the final classification. Some drivers quitting the lobby just before finishing the race. So let me run through what I've got on the screen here.
100%.
We'll see the final results on some grid. So we've got Ulrich de Jager in first place for the gold class, running a very clean and clinical race, giving us a masterclass on how it should be done. Ulrich Koene in second place did a very good race in his Ford Mustang. It was close up to the last pit stop to what was going to happen there. Ulrich coming out second best, but second in the field. Sean Rudolph in third place, mega drive for him. I think the Mustang really enjoyed this track and his setup was dialed in. We've got 3 Fords in the top 4. And then in fourth place, we've got Dani Steenkamp, also having a better result than some of the previous races. He was an early shiner in our first race, so very glad that he came back into the top 5. We've got Michael Asenbroek as a silver class champion tonight, coming out in P5, first place in silver. We've got Niels Struble, P5 in the gold class, P6 overall. P7 is Alvin Prim in that gold and black McLaren of his. That's a livery that I like to run as well, the gold and black. It's very aesthetically pleasing to the eye. And he's run silver position in the silver class for tonight. Rick Thomas in the Pendacity McLaren, P8. Wayne Ferreira in his golden rim Lexus, getting P9, and which completes the podium for the silver class. Got Kevin Packery, Erstols, Vic Herbs, Leonie Baer, Francois Heinz, Sean Berg, Caden Scott, Rian Potgieter, rookie at Racing Snails, Michael Berg, Martin van Wyk with a race to forget tonight in his Datsun, and Rowan West Erwin in final position in his Aston Martin. The Aston Martin's not getting this track managed completely. Even Mr. Chislett, that we thought was doing very well with his setup, unfortunately in the end losing it and getting some severe damage.
I think it was a very tough one for all of them out there tonight, Marco. And doesn't matter which car you was, Watkins is one of those tracks that can either be good or it can either be bad. But I think from our side, I think we say thanks to all our sponsors and all our viewers tonight. I think it was an awesome one, and we can't wait to see you all at the next one. So I think from me and Marco, it's been a great one, and have a great evening all. Enjoy.